Hello, everyone. Peter Obi donates 50 million to Borno state government to alleviate suffering of Nigerians displaced by flood. This is coming from Parallel Facts. Peter Obi, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, has donated 50 million to the Borno state government to aid those affected by recent flooding in the region. Obi, accompanied by Labour Party caretaker chairman Senator Nenadi Usman, Vice Presidential candidate Dr. Detti Baba Ahmed, and other party members visited Borno State to express solidarity with the flood victims. During their visit, the team met with Borno State government Baba Gana Zulum, the Shehu of Borno, Abubakar Umar Garba Al Amin Al Kanemi, and visited affected areas including the Bank of the North Spare Parts Market and an IDP camp at the government college. They also offered condolences to a woman who lost her newborn twins. Oh, this is so sad. Lost her newborn twins in the disaster. Kai. In a statement on his official X handle, Obi stated, "Today I, along with the Labour Party caretaker chairman, distinguished Senator Nenadi Usman, Vice Presidential candidate Dr. Detti Baba Ahmed, Dr. Tanko Yunusa, the national coordinator of the Obedient Movement, and other members of the party and the Obedient Movement paid a condolence solidarity visit to Borno State. While in the state, we visited the state governor Babagana Zulum, His Highness the Shehu of Borno, Abubakar Umar Garba Al Amin El Kanami, the good people of Borno State following the recent flooding which claimed many lives and destroyed properties estimated at huge cost." Additionally, he said, Peter Obi said, "We visited the Bank of the North Spare Parts Market, where traders lost their goods, an IDP camp in Government College, where we met thousands of people, and also visited a woman who tragically lost her newborn twins to the flood." The Labour Party is committed to supporting those affected by the devastating floods in Borno State. To demonstrate our solidarity, we have made an initial donation of 50 million naira to the state government, but our support doesn't stop there. We will continue to stand with the people of Borno, providing aid and resources to help them rebuild and recover from this tragedy. As the people of Borno navigate this challenging time, we want them to know they are not alone. We are dedicated to helping to alleviate the suffering and hardship caused by the floods, which have submerged over half of Maiduguri and displaced thousands of residents. Our thoughts and prayers are with the affected families, and we will do everything in our power to support them. I thank the various state levels of government, especially the Borno State government, for their intervention and support for the affected people. As we reflect on the immense loss and the daunting journey of recovery, may God Almighty grant eternal rest to those who lost their lives, replenish the losses of those who lost their goods, and grant quick healing to those still in the hospital. Above all, may God Almighty continue to bless Borno State and Nigeria, he added. That was Peter Obi and Labour Party, going on to visit the Borno State people over the flooding that had occurred. We saw how devastating that whole flooding was. But what is equally annoying is the fact that this flooding was preventable. Some people will come somewhere and tell you that this is an act of God. This is not an act of God. This is a criminal act. And the people who are responsible should be penalized. They should be taken to court and prosecuted. There is a dam that had issues, and for years they continued to collect hundreds of millions of naira that were budgeted for this to maintain the dam and repair it. This whole flooding, they had been warnings about it. There had been warnings that the dam was failing, but yet they did nothing. People go on and just do whatever they want and get away with it. We don't understand how much corruption affects our lives. Look at the billions of properties that have been that is lost. Look at the cost this flood is going to have on the Borno State government, on the federal government, on the people of Nigeria, and it is taxpayers that are going to pay this money. Just because some people were negligent, refused to do their work, just because some people were corrupt and looted money that are meant to do work. Until and unless we get to a place where people who do acts like this are criminalized, people who do acts like this are prosecuted, people who do acts like this are sentenced to jail, we're not going to get anywhere. You're going to sit, and up till now, I've not even seen whether there's even a committee that has been set up to investigate the matter and see what has happened and go after it. It is not acceptable that the lives of the people will just be used anyhow. New twins that were born, their parents, you know what it is to go through 9 months of pregnancy, to give birth to a child, and then it's just gone like that. See people that their lives, people that died, just because some people want to loot money, just because some people want to steal money, just because the people are living in a country where nobody cares whether they are doing their work or they are not doing their work. And we see that here, we'll go on. The next disaster is waiting to happen. And we're very quick to say, oh, may their souls rest in peace. Beyond their souls resting in peace, what have we done to prevent the next one, whom we will be likely to say, may their souls rest in peace? All of these things, we need to get up from where we are. We need to stop this act. We need to stop this criminal acts happening in our country. People don't see how much corruption affects our country. People don't understand how much we're being affected by corruption, how much we sit down and again and again and again, our lives are being wasted. Just because there are people who are thinking of what it is they can eat now, what it is they can grab now, and somebody is going home, is sleeping, knowing fully well that a dam will cause the loss of a lot of people's lives. I just don't get it. What kind of evil-mindedness is that? What kind of criminality is that? That people don't care. They don't care whose lives is affected. As long as they get what it is that they want to get. That's not fair. That's not fair on anyone. And I blame the state. I blame the nation. I blame the country. Sometimes I blame the people also. We've accepted too much for too long. We need to stop. And all of these things at the end of the day, they are all affecting our lives. For the people who have died, may their souls rest in peace. And we need to prevent the next one happening, the next disaster, the next tragedy. It is one thing for natural disaster to happen, and you say, oh wow, there was nothing anyone could do. And then you look at it, you prevent what will happen next. That's what happens in other climes. But here we sit down. People don't do what they're supposed to do. They allow this disaster to happen, and the next one again will end up happening. What is all this? Aren't we tired? Aren't you tired of the death? Are we tired of the destruction? Aren't you tired of all these things that are happening? Aren't we tired? Yeah, that's the question. We need to be tired. We need to fight for good governance. We need to put in our bid. They tell you can't succeed. Why do you tell yourself you can't succeed? It is one thing for them to defeat us. It is another thing for us to defeat ourselves. We cannot self-defeat ourselves. We must fight, we must stand. We must continue to look for that governance. And I assure you, we can't get it. Those places where things work for their country, they are not better than us. They don't have two heads. They are not more intelligent than us. They just have the will. We also must get the will, must gather the will, and continue to go on until we get that good governance, until we get a nation where the child of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. Thank you for watching.